what I'm focusing on for the 2022 Toyota Tundra reveal. What are you interested in? Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to robmotivefst. That's right, we have the big 2022 redesigned Toyota Tundra reveal coming up this Sunday. A little bit of controversy as to whether it's going to be like a big full presentation reveal or a commercial during a football game. I've been hearing both lately, so it'll be interesting to see. Either way, it's supposed to be 9 o'clock this coming Sunday. So, what am I going to be focusing on with this new Tundra? Well, first of all, right off the bat is going to be the stance. You know, is this truck going to be squatty? Did they step on it and push it down? Or is it going to be like the typical trucks these days? Higher up in the air, a higher suspension, like what I think most of us want. You know, I'm hoping that it is up in the air a little bit, and not some squatty version of the Tundra that we currently have. Number two, the powertrain. Of course, everybody's talking about the powertrain, right? And towing and hauling and payload capability, all that good stuff. You know, there's a lot of rumors swirling around out there, and I think the only one that we can be sure of is that it's going to be a V6 twin turbo. I think Toyota themselves have pretty much announced that already. But will there be a lingering V8? You know, I'm kind of thinking there might be a lingering V8. We'll see. Now, I don't think it's going to last forever, but look what happened with Ford. You know, they ditched the V8, and then suddenly it came back. I don't know. How about a hybrid? They've said that there's going to be a hybrid, but it's going to be down the road. I'm thinking probably sometime for next year, 2023, or the next year, I should say. And then ultimately a fully electric Tundra. I've heard, which is very odd, that Toyota is behind the 8 ball when it comes to electric trucks. You wouldn't think that would be the case since they seem to be the pioneer when it comes to electric cars. But either way, I guess we'll know Sunday. Number three, the elephant in the room. The thing that everybody hates to talk about, but everybody talks about. And that, of course, is fuel economy. You know, if we're going to have to accept and suffer through a lesser engine, let's say, in other words, no V8, we would expect that we're going to have a fuel economy increase and that it should be rather substantial. I mean, if Toyota comes out with the new Tundra and the fuel economy is improved by 2-3 miles per gallon, I mean, is that enough? I think we need something mind-blowing, huh? I think we need something that's going to be substantial, both city and freeway. Now, whether they'll be able to achieve that, who knows? Number four, trim availability. You know, what are they going to release? I fully expect that they're going to come out with the top of the line. It will be the TRD Pro. Hopefully not. Hopefully they start off mid-range at the worst, something that's affordable for the masses. You know, not throwing out the most expensive trucks first, like the 1794s, the Platinums, the TRD Pro. We shall see. It'll be interesting. If you saw the leaked photos, they look to be lower trim levels. Who knows? I'm very curious to see what their rollout is going to be, particularly with this chip shortage that we have going on right now, and when we're actually able to put our hands on them. You know, I had gone out and purchased the 2021 because I have anticipated that I will not be able to put my hands on a brand new redesigned Tundra until sometime in 2022. Maybe mid-year, maybe first quarter, something like that, but certainly not this year. I hope I'm wrong. We'll find out. Interior integration, number five. A fancy way of saying, is it going to look good on the inside? You know, again, referring to these leaked pictures we keep seeing everywhere, it looks like a hodgepodge mess to me. It looks like a bunch of stuff thrown together and not integrated very well. There's no flow to it. different surfaces running into different things, screens that stick up above the dash. And you know, in talking about that, a lot of people have mentioned that that seems to be the way Toyota is going with the Corolla and other vehicles they have. But it's funny, and I'm throwing this in because I did a video on the install recently, and that is the driver's side grab handle. You know, a lot of people have said that Toyota got rid of that because it blocks your view, you can't see. Well, what about extending a screen up above the dash? Doesn't that block the view over the front of the truck a little bit? Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. We're gonna find out. Now, next up, of course, the overall look and appearance of the truck. You know, I've mentioned many times on this channel and my others that I'm a big aesthetic guy, right? When I go looking for a vehicle, I'm looking for a vehicle that I can fall in love with. You know, it's kind of like back when you were in high school and that certain, I had a bug on my shoulder or something, that certain somebody walks in and you're smitten. I want to be smitten. When I see this new Toyota Tundra, I want to fall in love with it. I want it to be that I just have to have it. I can't resist. I want to be smitten. I don't know if that's going to be the case. I can certainly say that from what I've seen so far, I'd just turn around and run the other way. Not something that I'm real hip on getting. It has to look good. Everything has to jive. Like I mentioned earlier, it can't be squatty. I'm not looking for a squatted truck. You know, I know that's the thing for some folks. I know people like that. Heck, people even go out and lower their trucks, which is cool if that's what you're into. There's nothing wrong with that. But I don't think for the masses, that's probably going to be generally approved. I don't think a lot of people are going to like that look, especially since, you know, when you're driving down the road and you see all these cool looking stock higher trucks and you're sitting there in your squatty Tundra, I just don't think that would go over very well. The lines, all that stuff have to look good. You know, one thing that troubles me a little bit, and I'm looking at the Tacoma right now, so I may have misjudged this, or it may not be shown very well in the pictures, and I'm talking about this little ridge right here in the back. I had noticed from the pictures that I saw that it seemed like they had an indentation across here, a stamping, that went right through the gas cap. And I didn't think that looked very good. But now that I'm standing here looking at the Tacoma, they do have a ridge on here. It's not a stamping, it's more out, if you will, and it comes across the gas cap. And I think they probably borrowed that from the Toyota Tacoma. You know, I've had a lot of people mention that there are some styling cues on this new Tundra that are kind of like the Tacoma. And the more I look at the pictures of that truck, it looks like a squatty, stretched out Tacoma a bit from the side. Too bad they didn't go the other way and make it a taller Tacoma looking truck, because I think, given that the Tacoma is the #1 mid-size selling truck, if they'd have just gorged up the Tacoma a little bit, they probably would have had a pretty successful model. We shall see. Anyway, those are just some of the things that I am going to be focusing on for this reveal. I'm very curious to see if they meet my expectations. Leave a comment, let me know. What are you focusing on? What is really important to you in this new Tundra? What does it have to have? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Rob Motive, all about my 2020 Toyota Tacoma, and Rob Motive JT, all about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Check them out, and if you're interested, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay curious out there. Bye.